Hey girlfriends, I'm Meech and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieve this super easy crimp bob. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So the bob wig that I'm going to be using is a frontal and it's from my store, Black Rose Hair, and it is a 10-inch bob, I believe. I'm just showing you here the developer I used. I'm not going to show you guys the bleaching process just because I'm sure you've seen it a million times. And I'm just going to go in and start plucking. So these are the tweezers that I'm using. It's super important that you have a good pair of tweezers, you guys. That's going to make all the difference in how easy it is to pluck. Now I'm showing you the wrong way to hold your tweezers when you're plucking. If you do it that way, you'll have big bald spots. So make sure you're paying attention to the way that you are holding your tweezers when you're plucking. This is the correct way that you want to hold them, not in terms of like your hand placement or anything, but the actual direction that the tweezers are turned. So make sure that you pay close attention to that. Again, I'm going to show you guys the wrong way to do it. This is the correct way you want to hold them, and you want to just pull back when you're plucking. And then this is the wrong way. You do not want to hold your tweezers that way, because that's how you'll get holes in your lace. That's how you'll get bald spots as well. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to pluck this so you guys can see how much I'm taking out. Sometimes I do part the front away and then just pluck behind that, but I've done this so many times that I don't really need to do that anymore. So yeah, and then this is the amount of hair that just came out of that section, and as you guys can see, that gradient effect is beautiful. So this is how the hairline is looking after I've went in and I've plucked it to my liking. And you don't have to pluck this much. It's truly up to you, you guys. Hey girl, hey. Okay, so let's get right into this. Y'all already know I'm just gonna go in with that Gorilla Snot, and I'm going to brush my edges back, because when I take this wig off, I need them edges to still be there, which honestly, y'all, I'm like super hairy, so I just brush back what I can, and the rest, it just is what it is. This is my glue from my line as well, Black Rose Hair Stuck On You Lace Glue. Love, love, love this glue so much, so much. I'll put the link to that in the wig in the description box below if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, I'm just going to put a thin strip of that across the ball cap. Don't need a lot. This stuff dries pretty fast. I'm going to go in with my is that Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Cream Kit. This is the kit in medium. I go between medium and dark, but I always use the darkest shades so y'all can see my complexion and y'all can know which ones that I'm using. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to cut this cap off. Get the little body action going or whatever. Y'all know the routine. Nothing too new. This is all pretty much the same. Also, quick tip, I like to add the makeup to the ball cap before I actually cut it, because once you cut it, I just kind of feel like if there's not makeup on it already, you're like struggling to get the makeup to the front of the hairline without getting a whole bunch of makeup on your skin, because you know you don't want that to interfere with how the glue holds. But yeah, I'm just trying the wig on, testing it out, and then I'm going to take the excess makeup that's already on the brush, and I'm just going to go through and I'm going to brush that on to the bottom of this lace. And that's kind of like to tint the lace or whatever. I don't use like sprays and all kind of stuff like that, or the mousse. Nothing against people who do. I just prefer to do it this way because this is kind of what's worked for me, and I tried other ways and I just be making a mess, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. So I'm gonna go back in with that Stuck On You lace glue, you guys. And people ask me all the time, like, why don't you promote your glue like on YouTube and stuff? I mean, I've mentioned it a few times, but it already sells out in the store that I have in Indianapolis, so I'll have to increase inventory, but I'll make sure again that I put the link. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to smooth that out, and I'm going to, you can put as many layers as you would like. I think for this video I did 2 layers. Again, I didn't want to draw this out and bore you guys, so I did not show the second layer, but yeah, you can do as many layers as you like. This wig, this glue, y'all, is gonna hold, so I don't really have to put 3 and 4 and 5 layers. But again, if that's your preference, you can totally do that. So yeah, now I'm just going to lay this wig down. I'm going to make sure that I'm adjusting this hairline to where the glue is, and then I'm just going to kind of smooth that in. Now you don't want to like rub like super hard, but just like a soft like massage. You can use a comb. I use the comb often too, but you don't want to press it in to where like the glue is seeping through, like the residue. Even though it's kind of tacky and dry, you don't want to press it too hard because it's still a little moist and wet. So again, I'm just going to take that brush with the makeup on it, and this is the same makeup, Anastasia Beverly Hills. You don't have to use this. You can use the LA Girl. You can use if you have a powder, if you have a cream, whatever foundation you have. I wouldn't recommend like applying the foundation to the brush and then to your face. Like if it's a wet foundation, I would put it on the back of your hand and then kind of like smooth it out, I guess, kind of, to so it's not so much product. But I'm just going to apply that to the lace, and I'm just going to do a little bit at a time because one, I don't want it to get all like, you know, build you know how like the buildup is whenever you use too much product. That's for one, and then for two, just so I can eyeball it and just add more product as I need to, and just build onto that. And that's why I really like using the Anastasia Beverly Hills, because it is buildable. So now I'm just taking that little razor and I'm just going to go ahead and remove the rest of that lace. But when I get to my ear, I'm going to use the scissors and I'm going to cut like a C shape so that it falls behind my ear and it just lays flat. Here I'm just separating my baby hairs. Again, this is optional. Y'all see how this is plucked, so I do not have to lay these, but for this style I did want some, so I'm just going to go ahead and separate those prior to melting my lace. Yes, y'all, look at that scalp action. I'm going to take my hot comb and I'm going to just brush the other hair back away from it, and then I'm going to, you know, kind of lay the hairs in the front down just so that they're easier to lay. After I take the band off, I'm not kind of like fighting with them to go in a specific direction. So I'm going to go in with my freeze spray and I'm going to spray that across the hairline. And I'm going to add my elastic band, and again I will put these in the description box below. You can purchase them also online from blackrosehair.com. So I want to make sure that this is covering the ear tab part. That part typically loosens and comes up first, so you want to make sure that you press that in how I just did. And that it's also covering the ear tab. Now I'm just going to go in with a wax stick and I'm going to flatten this baby out. Again, this is completely optional. So now we're just gonna go in with our crimper. You can go in with whatever size crimper that you would like to achieve this style. I think this is a Conair and I like it. It's cool. I'm going to use a little bit of hairspray throughout this process, not a whole lot, because for one, this hair doesn't need a lot to hold like curls and crimps, but also because I want this style to be still kind of like soft. So the hairspray that I do use, I'm going to like smooth it throughout, just for a slight hold. But as you guys see, like when I'm crimping, I'm not crimping like all the way up to the lace or like all the way up to the scalp. And that's what's going to help these crimps lay like kind of flat and not sit on top of each other all awkward. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but yeah, I just kind of feel like, you know, it just is more aesthetically pleasing whenever it's like flat at the root and then, you know, the crimp start. But again, however you would prefer them to look is completely up to you. You know, I'm just here to show y'all different options. So again, as you guys can see right here, I'm showing y'all that I am starting kind of like a little bit away from the actual scalp so that that area can lay flat. If I want to put it behind my ear, I can. And I just have other options. So it's really important whenever you crimp that you are crimping in the direction that you want the hair to fall, because once you put the crimps in, like moving them around, even when you don't use like a hard spray, moving them around is kind of difficult because you like crimped them a certain way. So as you guys can see, this last piece I'm crimping towards my face. I don't want like a heavy bang, but just like, you know, to give me a little slight bang action. So now that I'm finished with styling my hair, I'm just going to go ahead and remove that elastic band, and I'm just going to start working on my baby hair. Now, I'm just going to go in with that razor, and yeah, I actually lay my baby hairs 2 different ways. One side I did like, you know, the method where you use the curler and you curl it and then you lay it with hairspray, and then the other side I did the gorilla snot, and they both turned out cute. It's really all about preference, and I don't know what happened to the clip with the gorilla snot, but they really kind of turned out the same. So this is the final look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and God willing, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.